because otherwise it would play for. Welcome back.
I'm so happy we got to do that. That's the best.
I'm so happy too. Caitlin and I were arguing right before this game.
Well, I'm just like
we weren't arguing, but
I'm technologically challenged. I've got issues with technology.
Caitlin was like, "Why can't we hear our theme music?" And I was like, "Because you're here with me in person, and so I don't have headphones on to listen to you."
But like, I want to sing it. And we were like, maybe we should go live like 20 minutes early.
Oh yeah, we were just
because
sitting
we were
here.
Just singing.
Yeah,
we did a little freestyle rapping.
We were doing that.
Yeah.
It was pretty good until Caitlin, made it.
Till it wasn't.
Yeah. Well,
my
parents are watching, so no, yeah.
I won't be bad, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know why everything I do always takes a turn for the worse,
Yeah, it's a thing. But yeah, Caitlin is here in person. I can touch her.
It's the best day ever.
We're back in my apartment, which I'm not going to say where that is because I've almost doxed myself like 5 times this week.
Yeah.
Because I was going to like complain about the parking situation because they had our garage they were fixing our garage and we couldn't park in there. And I was about to like say something on social media like, look how far I have to walk from my car to go back to my apartment. I was like, that would be really awkward to post exactly where I live. So I won't be doing that.
That would be awkward.
But just know that we are somewhere in Denver, Colorado.
And
Yeehaw.
I'm not gonna lie, I had a very stressful drive here. Okay, it was just a tough time. And then I got here, and then there was no parking in the garage, and so I had to park outside of the apartment building in like some random parking lot, and then I had to like sprint across the street all by myself. It was a scary time.
Scary time for
Could have gotten kidnapped.
Someone that's almost 30.
Yep, but it was a pretty tough time. Where's my babysitter?
I was on the phone. I was like, well, maybe just look for parking across the street. I don't know what else to tell you.
It was bad.
Yes, but we did. If you didn't know, we were at the game last night, and I was dying to go to that. At first, I was like, we knew we were going to tonight's game, and then I was like, well, let's check on tickets because I don't know why the Lakers justify spending $1,500 for one seat when Luka and LeBron and Rui and everyone else is out. I don't know if those people just didn't get the menu. The menu?
I would love a menu.
The memo.
Me personally would love that.
But Caitlin and I scammed, aka just kidding. We found a last minute price. That wasn't too bad, so we ended up going because I was like, it's literally a recipe for a typical Nuggets troll job. Like
I literally
a classic.
I left my house and my stepdad literally said, no one's playing for the Lakers. The Nuggets are gonna smash them. And I said, don't you dare say that.
Because why would you ever? Why would anyone think that?
And I literally was like, no, this is the Nuggets' perfect timing to either lose or like make it far too close. We don't care. We're gonna screw it up.
I had so many people texting me and they're like, yeah, Nuggets starters are going to sit in the first half. I'm like, you don't watch basketball, do you?
You don't know our team.
You don't know the team like I know my team. And my team is going to make it almost impossible to win just for the hell of it. Just so Jamal can demoralize them in the last 20 seconds.
That's actually his favorite thing to do.
I swear. That's like they literally planned it. They were like, you know what?
You know what? But I was so happy that Russ got his little dunk at the end. He was just like, hate on me again.
He just looked
on me again.
He looked at the bench and was like,
about that. By the way, nail in the coffin.
Just, yeah. And that's all she wrote.
Period.
Good night.
Good night.
Have a nice night. Or a terrible one because you're Lakers fans. The fact that the amount of Lakers fans in, like, it's Celtics and Lakers every time in Ball Arena that feels like it's a half and half, like a half home game, half away game.
Far too many fans.
And it's really like, go away. Yeah. Like we come here, this is my safe space. And then I hear this agonizing, grating voice. And it's Lakers fans screaming so loud for their,
There's so many of them.
Why?
There was so much. I was going to say there's so much yellow, but the Nuggets do have yellow, so there was
so much
also
purple
Nuggets yellow.
and their yellow. It wasn't gold.
Yes,
okay, Nuggets is
very
like
true.
gold.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And Yes, let's see. The fact that the Nuggets barely lost to Reeves, Bronny, and friends, LMAO, that's sad for Denver fans. Series 2-0, high key. I would just like to remind all of the Lakers fans that you had your starters in and just recently lost to the Nets, the Jazz, and the Hornets. So thanks for being here.
I just like,
but you're not really the one to
do people like forget that this is like the NBA and
this
that
shit
even
happens all the time?
Yes, like even second stringers, like we lost to the Wizards earlier this season. The Warriors have dropped so many games like to bad teams, and it happens all the time.
It happens all the time in the NBA where you like randomly, you're like, oh, this is going to be an easy game. And then you're like, why are the Celtics like down by 20 to the net? Like something stupid. So I'm like, I get, that you're like grasping at straws here. But like if you go through any team schedule, you're going to find one of these games. And especially the Nuggets. This was our MO last year. Like, honestly, and this year. Well, although we've lost a lot of ones that I feel like last year we would have won.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, it wasn't. We had a couple Lakers fans behind us, but they were originally nice. They were originally Mavs fans, right? Mm-hmm. I don't even know. So they weren't real Lakers fans. They were separated in the divorce with Luka Doncic and the Mavs, and they came to live with their new parents, or new foster parents, which is the Lakers. Who knows how long Luka will be here. Luka was on the bench. LeBron was not there because of his groin injury, and
I was so happy to see Luka on the bench. I love him.
Yeah, I was so cute. I was upset at first. I was like, where's Luka? Why is Luka not here? Did he not want to see Jokic?
Out. Yeah,
I was like,
that's his literal best friend.
I know.
You didn't even come to see your bestie?
I was like,
but then he did.
You get lucky this year because we played the Mavs 4 times, and now you get to play the Lakers.
Yeah, so true. Twice in a week. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, there's no way.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that Luka was there. LeBron was not there because he had a groin injury supposedly, but he was doing splits on the sidelines of his younger son's game. Yep. So I don't know how much of a groin injury that was.
He was doing some groin stretches on the side. I think that's what those were. With the splits and the jumping, that was physical therapy. Okay, but like I was thinking about it though, and like how cool is it that like his son just like won the state championship. That's so cute.
Oh, that's so cool. But like,
it's so cute.
I wouldn't have judged him if he was just there.
Oh,
like,
no,
you know what I mean?
No.
But
I'm totally with you.
Are we injured or are we at our son's basketball game? Come on. I mean, like he's probably. I mean, everyone's beat up this time of year, so Lakers. Yeah. I need to like literally keep the Lakers names out of my mouth apparently because they wish me dead.
Well, and I thought it was just crazy because I want like everyone to know that like sports are fun. Yeah. They're supposed to be fun, okay? And like competition is cool, and like jabbing at like your rival teams and like being silly.
Having fun's fun.
It's fun, okay? And like
I think so at least.
Like people were literally acting like Spencer posting a video of an air ball was like Spencer being like, I wish Bronny would fall into a hole and break all of his bones.
Yeah, y'all are wild for that.
She posted a video of an air ball.
I posted a video of Bronny warming up. And I was just going to do it because I was like, oh, Bronny's in the building. Cool. Like, let me get a video of Bronny warming up. Like, he's probably going to play tonight. And then he literally the only video I took, he airballed. I thought that was hilarious.
We literally looked at each other and we were like, that would happen. And we started laughing
Dario
so hard.
Saric airball and warm-ups too. Hilarious. He's on my team.
We just didn't get it on video. I would have posted that too.
I would have posted that literally like Dario in fighting shape to get to the starting lineup. So I thought it was funny. Because, like, it's just a little silly. Like, I mean, to be fair, it's a little silly.
It's sports, guys.
And everyone acted like I literally killed their puppy.
They literally act like she, like, shot the president. Like,
what's funny, though, is all of them were, like, in a dogfight with the South Bay Lakers. And I posted the Nets game and the Jazz game scores. That's it. And said nothing else to, like, 5 of them. Just the same exact things. And none of them responded.
Yeah.
No responses. So, yes. So, the NBA is going to NBA. Okay? Like, random teams are going to win.
Yes.
I knew the Nuggets were going to do this. The Nuggets looked like shit. The Nuggets literally looked awful.
I'm sorry, but like the Lakers looked amazing. I was like, I'm dead serious. You guys can like make fun of your own Lakers and try to put the Nuggets down by saying that we almost lost to the South Bay Lakers or whatever. But they played amazing. Like Austin Reeves and Dalton Connect have always had that in. Yes, they have always had that in them. We saw Dalton Connect do that earlier this season when he was getting more minutes. We've seen Austin Reeves do that before. He's a fantastic basketball player. The two of them took the game over by themselves, and everyone else just did wonderful. Like they had such a good game. Everyone on your team literally had a great game. And I don't know why that's like the South Bay Lakers. No, be proud of your freaking players. Stop calling them the South Bay Lakers. You're being mean to your players.
And they literally just did exactly what they did last game, which is where they had 4 people guard Jokic and like dared everyone else.
Yes.
They're like, why are we leaving Jamal Murray wide open? I'm like, because your coach decided to put 4 people on Nikola Jokic.
Yes.
And then it was so...
And we just forgot what defense and rebounds were, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I was like cracking up too at how everyone was complaining about all of our free throws. I was like, well, when you have 4 smaller guys on Jokic that are fouling him every time they touch him, he's gonna get to the free throw line.
He's gonna get to the free throw line. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know what to tell you.
I think our guy's gonna be shooting some free throws.
I think Nikola Jokic. Like, I'm sorry. Like, what did you expect to happen when Austin Reeves and Dalton Connect are just like doing this the whole time? Like, what? And then I would just like to let you all know thought that was a moving screen at the end. If you come here to complain about that, that's not the place, because even the refs came out in the L2M last 2-minute report and said it wasn't a moving screen. So
Ta-da!
ta-da! Congrats! You lost still. Yeah, if you didn't know, Jamal Murray hit the dagger 3, and then there was like
5 seconds left.
5, 6, 7 seconds left, and Russ, they tried to pass it to Austin Reeves, and Russ said,
Such a good
"Get out of there!"
steal. It was so. I was not expecting that. Like I literally told her, I was
came
like,
out of nowhere.
I was like, all we need is 5 seconds of like good defense, and if you didn't play 47 minutes and 55 seconds of good defense, you can give me these last 5 seconds,
Please.
Denver Nuggets. and Russ came out and got that steal and hit him with the nail in the coffin and the dunk. It was so good.
It was so good.
And you know what? Like I said, I don't care if we lost to this or if we barely beat the South Bay Lakers. It was a fantastic basketball game.
Is a win is a win is a win is a win.
I am blessed to have been in attendance for a win like that. It was very
win
fun.
is a win, which is good, because now Caitlin and I realized last night that we're 2-2 when we're together watching a game, so it's evened out. And tonight's the second night of a back-to-back. I don't want to flex yet, because that's what that I'm not trying to say anything. I don't know why you're wearing that shit.
I already warned everyone I was going to wear it today.
Anyway,
they're going to have like 8 fans in the crowd, okay? God forbid.
Because this is Denver.
Okay, but you saw yesterday's game.
That's the Lakers.
Exactly. This is the poor, sweet baby Wizards, okay?
Okay.
They deserve some love.
Okay.
And so I'm going to wear a shirt with their beautiful little logo on it while I root for the Nuggets.
Spencer, is it normal for your mom to text you that much during Nuggets games? And I know my mom's watching this.
Is.
Absolutely, yes, it is. Yeah,
yes.
no, my mom likes to give me commentary during almost every single
And she
play.
does a great job.
Yeah, does a great job, and it's hilarious. I told my mom that I post her funny things sometimes.
I like what Jeremy said. He just said, ladies, it's a modern day landscape. In society, everyone who's on social media purely leads with emotion. There's very little logic in Homer fans for any team on social media, and period. I always tell people that, like, when they like want to come at me like on social media for anything, I'm just like, guys, like, my frontal lobe is fully formed. I've got a whole fam. Like, I'm out here. I've birthed 2 children.
Yeah.
I do not have time to argue with 16-year-olds on the internet.
Yeah,
like,
I
I'm
have
here
not
to
birthed 2
enjoy.
children, but I am almost 28 years old.
Your
and
frontal lobe is
my frontal
fully
lobe
formed.
has been fully formed for a few years now.
I think mine was a little delayed, but like recently it's really feeling formed.
It's really feeling up
I'm
there.
doing really good. Like, I think the therapy all my life is like really kicking in.
Therapy is important. What I was saying a bunch about the game last night too is a lot of people were like, there's a scapegoat on every team, and in our team it's MPJ, and I'm like, so sorry, but like, this man was giving us nothing until like
he was giving nothing. It's true.
he was not rebounding. He
Yep.
was watching the Lakers get rebounds, and they were working their asses off for those
Yeah.
rebounds. And Stephen A. Smith come outside because he said rebounds don't impress him. And I looked at Kayla last night. I was like, did you know that Stephen A. Smith said that? Because that's crazy. Because a defensive rebound means that you're not giving another chance for points for the other team. Seems kind of important. And offensive rebound is giving your team a chance for points. And last time I checked, when your team has more points than the other team,
they win
100% of the time.
100% of the time. That's
so.
Welcome to EU Sports Statistics.
I was just a little confused, Steven, why rebounds don't impress you, because it's not scoring 40 points. Like, I just could care less.
And I don't know, like for me, like I think that generally, and I say this like very lightly, like putting any statistics on the board, like you're impacting the game in some way, whatever it is. Yeah. And like you said, like rebounds and stuff like that, like defensive rebounds, guess what you're doing? You're ensuring that the other team doesn't continue to score. Because yesterday, the Nuggets probably had like 4 or 5 possessions in a row where they gave the Lakers 3 or 4 chances to score. And several of those times, they were able to score. Had we grabbed literally one defensive rebound, or just grabbed the defensive rebound every single one of those possessions, we literally could have won by like 8 or 9. Yeah. Who knows? Like, defensive rebounds are impressive. Offensive rebounds is giving your team another chance to score.
It's so annoying.
It's a part of the game. It's a necessary part of the game. If they don't impress you, that's fine. If anyone can grab 20 rebounds, go grab 20 rebounds.
Where are your 20 rebounds?
Where's your favorite guy's 20 rebounds?
I think Cam Johnson was on a podcast, like Cam Johnson of the Nets.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't think y'all understand. He's like, it's not easy to get 20 rebounds.
Yeah, it's not, because you're going up against 9 other gigantic players. And there are people like, I always say, like guys like Russell Westbrook and Brandon Pajemski and things like that. Pod's his rookie year, he led the league in rebounds for guards. And I'm like, and you might not think that that's impressive, but like this guy's going up against 7-footers at 6'3", skinny as hell as a rookie. And he's out rebounding 90% of these guys. Like all it is effort, and you're putting work in. And if your guy's so good and can grab so many rebounds, if rebounds aren't impressive,
where are they? Where?
Go do it.
Where is it?
Where's your triple doubles?
Anyone can do 30, 20, 20. Oh, well, why hasn't anyone done it before then?
Oh, all it took was a super crappy Suns team. Oh, the one with Kevin Durant, who's still one of the best scorers.
The one with Devin Booker?
The one with Devin Booker, who
that's crazy.
Literally is a fantastic freaking player.
That's really interesting.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, so that's what I love when they're like, was it Austin Rivers earlier?
Yes, it was Austin Rivers.
That said, are those really, are his numbers really even necessary? I'd say so. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Austin, which is odd because you were on our team. Think they're pretty freaking necessary. So going back to not talking about Nikola Jokic, Michael Porter Jr. was not doing shit and was ball watching and literally might be the worst off-ball defender I've ever seen in my entire life. He's not awful on ball sometimes. But yeah.
You know, it was just like, and last night it was really weird. I feel like every possession for MPJ was almost like an empty possession, and I think that's what was frustrating for me. Like he definitely, and I feel like some of the guys did too. A lot of people, I always say that sports are a mind game. Okay, like sports are 60% physical, 40% mental. Okay, like if you put something in your head, you're likely going to perform that way. And if a lot of people are coming out being like, oh, all the Lakers' best players besides like Austin Reeves is going to be out. Perfect. I'm going to go in here and I'm not going to put forth half as much effort as I would have had all of their starters been in.
Typical Nuggets. Typical classic.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they do. And so you come into a game.
Guys love doing that.
They do. And it's just, and I feel like a lot of teams do that.
Alexa?
I almost just died.
You know what's crazy is I don't even know if they could have heard that because we have mics.
Could you guys hear Alexa speaking to us?
I was trying to make sure. Oh, okay. I was trying to make sure that it was that us are on Twitter right now.
Are we?
We are.
Okay.
But yeah, Alexa just feels the need to always my friend and I are so mean to our Alexas. Like literally anytime we're on the phone, I will literally be like, no, shut up.
Everyone always makes fun of me. Everyone always makes fun of me because I always say like please and thank you to like Alexa and Siri. Like, Alexa, please play blah blah blah.
Yeah, she's gonna hear you.
Control the video device with your voice.
Alexa!
I'm so
Stop!
And then TV and video to get started.
Why'd you say her name?
So sorry, I forgot that she listens.
She's always listening.
That's scary. Okay,
Anyway,
sorry guys.
Back to the effort thing, I think, or mental. Yeah, the Nuggets decided to take this one off. Yeah.
They did, yes. And so, like, I knew immediately that they were going to start out slow. And when you have teams like the Lakers, where you have guys that haven't gotten minutes all season and probably won't see minutes in the playoffs.
And they get to play the whole game. Bronny had like 16 minutes.
Yes, like, those guys are going to come out there and they're going to be like, this is like, oh, like, I'm Bronny James, I'm Dalton Connect, I'm XYZ, and I get to play against freaking Nikola Jokic.
I'm Markieff Morris.
I'm Markieff Morris, period.
I'm Shake Milton.
Yes, and like that's what these guys did. They came out and they were hype and we were not, and they beat our butts in that first half, and it was really hard for us to crawl back from that. And that's
typical Nuggets troll job.
Nuggets troll job.
But again, if it's one thing that Jamal Murray is going to do, it's make a damn shot. And
That's what he
I
did.
was there for the infamous one.
You're 2 for 2, ma'am.
I am 2 for. Well, actually, yes. No, I am 2 for 2 for being there.
For those shots,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. So just saying, he always makes a shot when I'm in the building. Just have to say
Yeah.
that. If we would have lost, I would have been really pissed. And I don't know. It would have been really bad news for us if we were 1-3 record.
Yeah.
Hopefully it goes to 3-2 tonight. Your Warriors or Wizards, whoever the fuck we're playing, are not winning, but you know.
I just want them to play well, guys.
That's fine.
I don't think I like need them to win. I want the
Okay.
Nuggets to win. I even said,
I know.
listen,
I just don't really like
listen.
that you're going to be next to me wearing a Wizard shirt.
oh, I'm going to be cheering for the Nuggets.
Okay.
I just want the tiny
Are you just
babies
going to
win.
clap when every single person makes a shot tonight?
I was thinking about that because I was just going to cheer for the Nuggets, right? Like, but like, you know, show the Wizards that they have supporters worldwide. Go Wizards. Okay. Anyway, but like I'm gonna root for the Nuggets, but as I was driving here, I was like, maybe I'll just root for every good play, defense and offense. This is me driving.
Woo!
This is me
Goes down the
driving.
court. Woo! Woo!
Do you know me? You know that I'll do that. I will be doing that. Like that's exactly how it's gonna be. I'm gonna try my best to really just root for the Nuggets. See, thank you, Ben. I need a Jordan Poole masterclass with the Nuggets winning.
Yeah.
I want Jordan Poole. I want to be the baddie courtside for Jordan Poole to get like 10 threes. Okay, like let me have my moment. Okay.
Yeah.
My hands are going to be sore. There's going to be a lot of clapping, a lot of screaming. My voice is going to hurt. I'll be fine.
I don't know if she will. Yeah, defense did go MIA in this game
Yes.
well, I don't even know for both teams. Well, the thing is Lakers just didn't know how to play defense without fouling, and their fan club could not get over that. Just to let you know, besties.
Well, you and I were
You were
actually talking
scratching my king
every day. They all do. But what I was telling Spencer yesterday is that or a couple days ago, is that you look at defenses like OKC, literally best defense in the league. They've got
We put 140 on the best defense in the league.
period. Anyway, best defense in the league. They are phenomenal defenders and not even going to front. And when you have an elite defense or when you're playing elite defense, a lot of the time you are going to foul that. And that's why I always say that unless you're really effing up a player, I just wish
And
that
when
no
you
fouls
have
would be
young,
called.
small guys,
Yes.
it's like Julian. Julian goes in and it's like
rookie
beep,
mistakes.
beep,
Yeah.
Or what?
Exactly. No, I liked the beep. I think we should actually have little buttons that the refs press. Not that. I like little beep, not necessarily
I want
the
that
horn.
for flavor.
That was bad. Wait, I don't know why I keep clapping. Sorry, everyone.
Yeah, no, defense was non-existent for the Nuggets, and that's my issue. And I set out that we wanted to talk about if the Nuggets are contenders or pretenders. And I know some people are wow, Nuggets fans are the worst because you guys just don't believe in our team, and then other people are we are the first round exits, and I don't really know where I fall in between this because on the one hand I'm we have Nikola Jokic. On the other hand, if we see the Timberwolves in the first round, I fear we are first round exits. And honestly, anyone with defenses such as Timberwolves, Rockets, then maybe Grizzlies. I feel like we play Grizzlies like twice soon or something? I just feel like we haven't played them enough this season.
No, we have not played them enough at all this season. I don't know why I'm still counting with you. I'm just like touching my fingers.
Just those type of like really pesky, like really amazing defenses that like bring such a high level of physicality. I'm honestly more worried. This might shock some people, but I'm more worried about seeing the Timberwolves in the playoffs than I am the Thunder.
Me too. And speaking,
you are?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely. And speaking of, by the way, I know we're talking about the Nuggets right now. We are going to be talking about a few other teams. I know we kind of want to talk about like the Cavs and the Timberwolves and things like that.
We're going to talk about some of the streakers. So
yeah, exactly. But yes, I'm kind of with you on that. I think I'm a lot more scared of the Timberwolves, especially with how they've been playing lately. I think that like Julius Randle has really found his place. Rudy Gobert's playing great. Ant's playing great. Everyone's playing great.
Julius Randle really goes up against us, and I don't know why.
And but he's like doing it against everyone these days. Like he just really decided annoying. Like here I am.
We don't like it.
We don't like when Julius Randle starts to dunk on us.
We don't like that. Especially because, again, let's add him to the list of Kentucky players I can't stand to root for.
Yes, and I just, real quick, I want to say Snorlax. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Thank you for being a kind Lakers fan. I love you, and I'm happy you're here. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for being a kind Lakers fans. We do appreciate normal discourse.
Yes.
If you don't tell me that I should die in my house tonight, you're more than welcome to be a part of the crew.
The squad.
Yeah, the squad. And Austin Reeves and Dalton Connect both. It literally felt like last night was like a normal Lakers game where they just like everyone else played defense and then they had like their LeBron and Luka little their alternates for the night to go off and just handle the offense is really how it felt. But yeah, the Nuggets are really scaring me, and for whatever reason, I don't know if it's mental, like Jamal Murray like cannot get around the Timberwolves defense. Like he cannot beat them off the dribble. He gets extremely bothered with their physicality. He's always complaining to the refs, and I'm like, they're just not giving you calls, bestie, so just keep playing, please.
You've got to figure it out. Like and I think that's the one thing that I would love for like Jamal Murray to like watch a Steph Curry game and stuff like that, because the game that last Warriors game, Steph Curry obviously had 3,998 threes, and he was trying to get his 4,003. And the Kings were guarding him. Literally, they were doubling him and having like literally man to man, just in his face guarding him the entire game. They did not let Steph Curry get open. And literally in the third quarter, he just started getting pissed off. And they're like, okay, they're going to be physical. They're not going to let me do anything. Yeah. I'm just going to have to play without it. And
just play ball.
You have to figure it out, because there are, especially when it comes to the playoffs, there are going to be a lot of physical defenses, and we're going to see different offenses. And it's just something that like we have to figure out, especially as like as just a team in general. Like we need to figure out how to play consistent defense against good offenses. Like when you get to the playoffs, we don't have games against the Wizards anymore. We don't have games against G League Lakers anymore. We don't have that anymore.
Yeah, like the literal play that is, or I don't even know if it wasn't a play because nothing really happened, but this moment in time is forever ingrained in my in my head was Jamal being trapped half court last in the series against the Timberwolves last year when he had like Nickeil Alexander-Walker on him, and they both just had their arms on him, like, and two people were like literally sandwiching him, and he like couldn't do anything.
So frustrated.
And literally in my brain, like that's just what I every time I think of the Wolves, that's what I think of.
And you know what? Like,
it's awful.
It is awful. And speaking of that, because it's really I've seen it on almost every team we watch. If you know this, or if you know us, and everything like that, we watch 90% of
basketball.
Games. Yeah, and so, and yes, I did see Mikal Bridges' game winner in Portland. By the way, that was insane. Thank you, Andrew, for that, because that was super cool. But speaking of, because I was literally thinking of teams like the Knicks and the Blazers and the Nuggets, etc. Like so many teams have been doing this lately. If your guy is getting trapped, why are the other 4 offensive players standing there staring? Go help your guy.
How's it going over there?
Do you need help?
You good?
Should I?
You're okay?
Do you want me to call timeout?
All right. Dad, you want me?
How you do? Do you want to try to pass it to me?
No, okay.
Like it is I've seen it in like every game. If your
Please go
guy is
help
getting
him.
trapped and
Go
you
help that
see them
man.
flailing around with the ball, please go help him. Please go make it easy for him to pass. Go run around the trap and let him hand it to you. Let him bounce pass it to you through
They're like,
arms or
damn, he
something.
looks really uncomfortable over there.
Literally, every single time. There's literally
Like I
just
said, it's really unfortunate.
4 other offensive players just standing there in their spots. This is nice. This is good.
That's how I feel even when
What
they're
are
not
you
at half
doing?
court. Like when like 4 people are on Jokic and the guys are just like,
Yes. I'm like, none of you have anyone on you because he's getting quadruple teamed.
I'm like, could you run around behind? Like they're not behind. Could you run
Yes.
around and get the ball from
Anything.
him? Can we help? Help the
Anything.
man, please.
Yeah.
Begging.
And
Begging.
that's the same with even if like they're not being trapped. And I think that like the Nuggets could really work on this, especially when it comes to the playoffs, because Jokic is going to get double, triple, quadruple, quintuple teamed.
Quadruple teamed, yes.
Every game, people have found out that works, and that's the way to limit Nikola Jokic.
To put 4 people on
To
him.
put your entire team on him.
Slay.
We have learned that is
They've
what stops
solved,
him.
they've solved Jokic. Put 4 defenders on him.
World
Side
hunger
note,
is done.
Side note, because I didn't get to talk about this, when the Celtics and Thunder played, can someone explain to me why, we're going to go back to just a chat because we're talking about quadruple teamed, why they had, they ISO'd Jaylen Brown on guarding SGA the whole game?
I don't
think I saw one double team.
I-
Every possession was like Jaylen Brown trying to go like, and like SGA doing SGA and like just doing pull up ISO middies.
he's like, what do you mean? Jaylen Brown just step back. just
Jaylen Brown,
mid-range on your
Caitlin
head.
Brown, Sarah Brown.
Who cares?
OKC in 5. Yeah.
OKC, Thunder in 5.
Yeah. I don't know why they're doing that because the Nuggets seem, again, you put 3 people on a guy and it kind of works.
Yeah, literally
Kinda
though.
works out.
It kind of works out. But what I would really love to see, because I've just been like seeing it with the Nuggets, is like off-ball movement is very helpful. Cutting, incredibly helpful. Just running around off ball, filling your spots.
Yeah.
Spacing, very important. Like, Ball Arena was insane. Both Spencer and I have bruised knees because
Yeah.
we jumped so hard that we literally nailed our knees on the seats in front of us.
She came in, she goes, I have this bruise on my shoulder. And I was like, both my knees are bruised. She goes, did you hit them on the chair in front of you? I said, yeah, did you? Yeah. As soon as he hit that 3, I literally like slammed.
Ew,
like,
I have goosebumps.
we were literally jumping up and down like literal like goons. And
Yep.
nailed both the knees. And I was like, that kind of hurt really bad, but Jamal just made a shot.
I have, if you can see, I have full body goosebumps right now just even thinking about it. It was so fun. It was such a good ending.
Oh, it felt like a playoff game, which was
did.
almost a little more embarrassing again because
kind of
LeBron
was.
wasn't even there and Luka was on
Luka
the
was
bench.
sitting courtside with his hoodie on. So, yeah. It was,
And everyone was like, yeah! It was great.
It's fun, okay?
I
it's
love
a
games.
good game.
I love close games.
Yes, it
That's
was
why
so good.
at first I was like, oh, we can just go like hang out at DNVR and watch the game. And I was like, I have a feeling. I had a feeling that it was
have a
going to go this way.
feeling.
And it was. And it was a good game to be at.
It was.
It was so fun.
It was such a great game. I do wish I could have seen Luka. Let me tell you, there were
No, I wanted to see him
hundreds and hundreds of Mavs Luka jerseys,
Yeah.
Lakers Luka jerseys. Mavs gear was being worn there, and then obviously there were tons of
So
Lakers
much
fans
Mavs
because
gear.
that's what happens. But so many
'Cause
people
that's what
wanted.
happens.
Yeah, so many people wanted to see Luka, and we obviously didn't know he wasn't playing until last night. So
Kaylin,
that sucks.
Kaylin
So
sent me
cool.
she was like, go look at the injury report. I was like, why? Who's out? I was like, everybody.
I literally
Okay.
was like, the whole team, all of them. Yeah.
But yeah, back to the Nuggets being pretenders or contenders. Well, I literally came
ADHD.
back. I came back last night after the game to a point that I was talking about with Caitlin at when she got here at like 4 p.m. And it was then 9:30. I was like, back to what I was saying
We
earlier.
literally got to
Long
my car.
story longest.
Yes.
I forgot to
was
tell you.
so bad.
But yeah, the Nuggets just scare me because the defense is so bad. And I know a lot of people that, like aren't focused on the Nuggets team and like are focused on their team is like, I don't understand. Like, especially with last year, like how did so many things change? And like you have to understand, like especially this, like we don't have a POA defender. Like we lost from the championship. Like we lost KCP, who was the leader, like the defensive voice, the one that was like, you idiots need to play defense, which is why he made the joke. Like, so glad to be on a team where
and the pace setter too. You know, like he's someone
sets
that like
the tone.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly.
And so now like we have some young guys that are going to grow up. I think they're going to grow up.
Gonna be big boys.
They're going to be big boys and become really like, I'm sure, amazing defenders. But again, KCP was the veteran defender, and then you had people like Jeff Green, Ish Smith, and like Bruce Brown, and like Bruce Brown was also like kind of like the defensive dog off the bench.
Yeah.
And so you just lost a lot of that like veteran defensive mentality, and we don't like our guys like don't have that. And to expect like Jokic or like Jamal to like be expected to carry like the insane load, it really bothers me almost because like OKC obviously has like 3, 4, 5 of like, you know, some of the best defenders in the NBA. Yeah. So like SGA doesn't have that toll on him to like guard the best guy on the floor.
Yeah.
And
you've got Lou Dort, Alex Caruso.
Yeah. And also set the tone for his team. Like because he does have like those guys that's like why they were brought onto the team. And so I think that's just what was frustrating is that we lost those guys and they weren't replaced with anyone like that can be that voice. And like I've said before, like Christian Brown is like this is his third season. Third season, so he's not going to be like AG Russell, like he's not gonna like you
better play that defense.
And I think he actually like is starting to do that a little more. I'm sure he was asked to because I think the other game like there was like a clip of I think him talking to Michael Porter Jr. after a play, which is great because again Michael Porter Jr. might be the worst off ball defender ever. Listen, I'm sorry, but like the defensive collapse at the rim, like whenever there's a back cut for a dunk, it's almost always on Michael Porter Jr. just standing like inside the paint. And
you want to know on our team who's always scoring off those backdoor cuts? Russell Westbrook and CB. Why can't anyone else do that? They're like the only two that do that.
He used to be AG before he was injured every single day of his life.
Oh, that's so sad. I hate that. But I was thinking about that too in just like the in what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Just with us and our defense. And that's like the really hard part is we're such a fantastic offensive team most nights. We really are. Obviously, we can put up 150 on anyone, even if that means the other team scores 148.
Like we can beat anybody, but it's like the defense is so bad, man.
Yeah, and you know what?
So bad.
The Nuggets are known for turning it up one notch when it comes to playoffs.
More like 10.
A few notches. Yeah, that is so true. Playoff Murray is a thing.
Yeah.
But I just like I was thinking about it. I'm like, there are so many teams where you don't really have like everyone going off on both sides, on defense and on offense. Like a lot of the times, especially with teams like OKC, and this is why they can do so well, is because you have such good defenders. And so you have these guys, Alex Caruso and Lou Dort, they're not needed to be good offensive guys.
Yeah.
And so their energy can literally be saved for the defensive side, and they can go crazy on defense.
And like Lou Dort's obviously just been catching and shooting threes, but like that's pretty, like he's not dribbling every possession.
Yeah, he doesn't do a lot of off-ball movement or anything like that. And so you have these guys on their team that can go crazy on defense and kind of use their energy on defense, hop to the other side, and then you have SGA, Chet Holmgren, Isaiah Hartenstein, and they're guys
going to take care of the offensive load.
Exactly. You know, especially with like Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein, like in the post and stuff like that, they're going to be the ones bully balling guys and dunking and fighting inside. SGA is going to be, you know, in that mid-range area or driving to the basket or even, you know, popping threes. It doesn't even matter. But like you have guys that can kind of split that load between, you know, offense and defense. And I feel like the Nuggets just don't have that. Like they kind of need everyone all the time and they don't really have anyone that can like go be that force on defense. You know, they don't have a couple guys. I mean, they do, but like they just don't do it.
And to me, like CB can do it only if he decides he's not going to score. Like CB, if you notice during the second game, like he made it his mission basically to like trap SGA. He did a great job on SGA. Yeah. He didn't really score much that game. And like he knew that. So like, I just wish we had, but like CB is amazing offensively too. So I'm like, we just
He's one of those guys that can do both. Yeah.
Yeah, but it depends on the game. Like, to me, you know what I mean? Like, if he's like got it going offensively, like he's not as great like defensively.
That's when he takes a break.
And a lot of people are
quote, unquote.
saying Aaron has regressed defensively. Like, first of all, like AG to me is good to me, like just with his strength. Like, I feel like he's like an immovable object almost. Like, he's just sturdy. So I feel like that's like his greatest strength in like the post is like not being able to really be moved.
Ball.
You know what I mean? And like he can do bully ball, but like he's never gonna like him on the fast guard. Like, he's not like Mr. Super Fast because again, like he's
not
muscular. So I'm like, I don't think he like the regress defensively. I think has a lot to do with, I think he's just injured. Like I just don't, because it's the same thing. Like, he's not dunking every game like he used to either. Like,
and I think that that's part of the reason, actually, like maybe his like calf injuries and just like his general injuries that he's been having all season. I feel like that's part of the reason that he's kind of gotten such a nice shot and such a good like 3-point shot and stuff like that, because he's able to just kind of catch and shoot threes, and
work on other parts of his game.
Exactly, because you know I feel like catch and shoot threes on the corner, on the wing, or whatever it may be are listen.
He's money from three this year.
Literally,
never thought I'd say that in my entire life.
We were talking yesterday, and he got a pass on the wing. It was like on the corner. He got a pass to him on the corner, and he was like wide open, and both of us were like, shoot it! And we're like, never thought I'd be begging Aaron Gordon to shoot a three.
And then like there was another possession where he shot it, and I literally go, oh, I thought that was going in. Never thought I'd say that.
Yep.
It used to be, wow, I can't believe that went in. Please don't shoot that.
Don't do that.
It's very nice, but we can move on from the Nuggets, and I wanted to talk about like some of the sneaky contenders, and I really do think, if you didn't know, the Timberwolves are like on a 7-game win streak, and they demoralized the Nuggets as they've done all year and since the playoffs.
They sure did.
The Nuggets have no shame when playing them, but
sure don't.
I don't know if you saw this the other day, but I guess Ant said that he has been watching a lot of Luka film on how to handle double teams, and it's actually been like, he's obviously doing better. It really bothered me earlier in the year when he's like, man, I hate being double teamed.
I hate when guys double team me. It's really frustrating.
Why do I have to be good? Why are they double teaming me?
That's what happens when you're a fantastic offensive player, my guy. They have to stop you.
I was like, dude, you sound dude, we have to stop
he
you
is
from
23.
scoring. Yeah, God bless him.
That frontal lobe.
Yeah, well, there's no frontal lobe when you like father 7 children. Anyway, in a year, but that was exaggeration. Anyway, he's been doing great. You know, Julius Randle has been on a roll. I don't really trust Julius Randle. I don't trust him to be healthy either. Like, I don't really remember the last time I was watching him in the playoffs go off, if ever.
This sounds awful because I know that if they're not playing against us, I hope he is healthy. Because like he just like really these last few weeks since he came back from his most recent injury. He's been amazing.
From the last one.
Yeah, he's been amazing. And yes, by the way, the Chet iHeart combo is awful. I call it the Twin Towers.
Yeah.
It's awful. And I just like, I don't know. I feel like the Timberwolves, they've mostly played together. Obviously, you have DiVincenzo, who's kind of finally finding his place, because when he first got traded there, he was nothing for the Timberwolves. He literally was.
He looked real bad. He did not look like he wanted to be there.
No, he was just
not
breaking everything.
He was not having a good time.
Yeah.
It was not a good day for Dante DiVincenzo.
Yes, and so I like to see him like really kind of having a place there.
As a Knicks fan, I was throwing. See, like, I'm sorry, but like, Randall,
I love you for that.
Randall, I like hate that he was so much of a threat for us like both times this season. Really wasn't like, I just really can't see him doing that for a very long time.
Yeah.
Who knows though? But I'm scared of the Timberwolves. Okay, like MPJ does not and I feel like it's all in their heads. Like MPJ and Jamal Murray both have just disappeared with this like lineup or this matchup, and it's really bad. And so they're one of those teams that I could see. You know, they're 7 in a row. They've really started clicking together with Julius Randle playing like this. So it's one of those things that I think it's dependent on Julius Randle.
I agree.
Because again, like
plays.
they lost Cat, and we were like, Julius Randle is not Cat, which he's not.
Yeah.
But I think they can definitely upset some teams.
Yeah,
for sure.
the Wolves are 11-0 in the last 11 games that Julius Randle has played.
Yeah.
in. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for that.
And I 100% trust Cat more in the playoffs too, Andrew. And Cat did amazing in the series. That's why we couldn't believe that he traded him. I'm just saying, like, the Wolves potentially, I think, could be a scary, sneaky contender that could at least get to the Western Conference Finals again.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention they were, talking about the Chet and Iheart combo, but the Lively AD combo, honestly, just the AD with Gafford looked insane. That, like, potential for, like, I was terrified.
Year, get me out of here. If I have to play against that next year.
Terrified of the Mavs. I was like, oh, okay. Like, not Nico cooked, especially not right now. But, unfortunately, like, the Mavs literally just got screwed. All of Mavs fans, I'm so sorry. But to say that Anthony Davis in the 20 minutes that he played looked terrifying, he did.
He did. And he's been having, even when he was on the Lakers, like we talked about it a lot in the beginning of the year, like he was, in the top 10 for the MVP conversation for the first few months.
He was like second for Depoy or something. I don't know.
One of his best seasons. And so, first of all, to see him get injured like that, it sucks. I hate that for him.
Yeah.
Next year, the Mavs. Well, you don't know with Kyrie out.
I don't know. Okay, so I
just feel so bad.
Alexa needs to stop talking. Anyway, but again, someone said they couldn't hear it, so we probably just look silly, freaking out.
Sorry, everyone.
Anyway, I don't know if you saw this before you came here, but the Mavs are at risk of forfeiting games due to injuries and NBA salary cap rules.
Yeah, they literally, I think, they've been like hobbling between 7 and 9 active players on their roster because they literally have like 10 plus injuries.
Bad.
Like they've got like their two-way players playing. They've got like their G League players that they've brought up and everything like that. I feel like they've even had to sign like a 10-day contract or two. They went from being one of the best teams in the league to, unfortunately, after that trade and after the injuries, being probably one of the worst teams in the league and no fault of their own. It's literally, unfortunately, Klay Thompson in his 15th year and his 14th year is not ready to lead a team.
Did he get screwed the most out of this?
Of course he did.
He's like, I'm leaving Steph, but I'm going to play with Luka.
Yeah, I'm going to leave my best friend Steph Curry, who I've won 4 rings with.
I'm going to go play with Luka and Kyrie. It's going to be great.
Luka gets traded. Kyrie tears his, ACL? Is that what it was?
Yeah. Achilles.
Was it the Achilles? I think it was the ACL. It was his knee.
It was the ACL.
Yeah. And then, AD gets injured and you just suddenly have no team. And it's just like, it's literally just like Klay and the bros, Klay and my dogs. They're just my guys. Thank you. It was the ACL. Okay. I appreciate it. I never know the tendons. I never know
all those
the ligaments.
It's one of the things that starts with A.
It's literally all in your body. He tore something
in the lower region.
Could have literally been his butt crack and we wouldn't know. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Could have been that.
For sure.
No, and on the same note, because like you said about like the Timberwolves and everything like that, I want to talk about like the Cavs and the Celtics. Both of those teams have clinched playoff spots. The Celtics clinched
got theirs last night.
Yep, they got theirs last night.
OKC clinched theirs.
He said butt crack injury is wild. Sorry. Just a me thing. It's
ignore her.
Literally forever ignore me. I literally just talk out of. Never mind. I'm not even going to go there. Okay. Anyway, so the Cavs are on a 16-game winning streak, and the last time
people kept asking in the chat, "Are they going to lose for the rest of the season?" They said, "Are the Cavs even going to lose again?" I don't know.
I mean, literally, they're on a 16-game winning streak.
Oh wait, sorry. Speaking of if they're going to lose again, I just wanted to mention, since we're like moving on from the Timberwolves, that I think the Timberwolves have like the second or third or first easiest schedule from now. So like,
super
great.
I literally love that.
Not us. Anyway.
Yes. Thank you. I
Cavs.
was literally just about to say that they're on a 16-game win streak now. And last time they had a 16-game win streak or whatever was literally like at the beginning of the season. I think, didn't they start 17-1?
Something, sure.
I feel like they literally started like 17-1.
Wasn't their first loss might have been the Celtics? I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. But it
wasn't like a silly loss.
Yes, they're on. And they've just been going crazy.
It's not like they lost to the
year.
Wizards.
Yeah, it's not like they lost to the Wizards. That would be so freaking embarrassing.
The Nuggets would never. The Nuggets would never waste a Jokic like 50 ball to lose.
Literally
They would never do that.
Never. Yeah, thank you. They started the season 15-0. Okay. And then I think they lost their first game and then they went on they won two more and they were 17-1 or 18-1, whatever.
Something
it was.
silly.
They were amazing. And they've been amazing all season. They have consistently been amazing. I have no idea if they're ever going to lose again. I don't even know.
Man.
What to think about this team. Like they're so good.
They're so good.
They're so good,
but
and they're
no one
so
will talk about
consistently
them
good.
because they haven't done anything in the playoffs. But last year they dealt with injuries. But like literally all of ESPN's like, well, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. They look kind of scary.
No, I think
They look kind of scary to me.
They've just been so good and
Glad
so
they're
consistent.
in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah,
that's the Celtics problem.
And you know what with them though is like they are the Eastern Conference's Timberwolves and OKC. They've got their own twin towers. They literally have what's his butt? Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. Yeah, and they have both been consistent and phenomenal all season defensively,
getting
offensively.
2 7-footers. What a novel
Must be
concept.
nice.
What
That's
happened
actually
to what happened to small ball? Can we go back to that?
Yeah, can we please do that?
As a Nuggets fan,
I would
just asking,
actually
politely.
prefer 2016 Warriors where everyone is just like 4 feet tall and chucking up threes from half court.
That would really be cool.
That would be exciting for me.
Although Nuggets have no perimeter defense, so I don't really want that.
I don't want that either.
I'm giving up at this point. Anyway, back to the Cavs.
Yeah, back to the Cavs. But yeah, they have, and it's crazy though too because like Donovan Mitchell has had a worse season than he did last season. And like no one even has to worry about it because the rest of their team has just like stepped up and been phenomenal. Darius Garland has been a fantastic facilitator. Donovan Mitchell just kind of gets to do his thing, and the rest of the team just like knows what to do to get him to do his thing. You have Evan Mobley and Jared Allen just hanging out on the post. You can literally lob to either of them. They're both just sitting there just blocking MFers all day. Like, yeah, no, I twitch for real. If Cavs end up in the finals, I apologize to whoever has to see them. Anyone on the Eastern Conference, actually, whoever sees them in the playoffs, I don't even know. I get that they haven't like done anything big in the playoffs.
They can just
blah.
really demoralize you, like on both
ends of the floor.
Both ends of the floor.
Yes, and
they're not like a Celtics 3-point shooting team, but they can get hot from three.
Yes, Max Strus has been playing so well too. Yes,
scary. And I feel really bad for their fans because they are not talking about them on ESPN because they are too busy talking about LeBron. They love LeBron. And only LeBron so
yummy.
Yummy. It would be so cool if we could talk about the team that is literally going insane and is on pace for 70 wins or something. I don't know. I think that's what it is. I could be wrong. I'm bad at math.
I love math.
I don't. But I think they're on pace for 70, right? Someone's probably smarter than I and can figure that out.
Yes, I am.
She's responding to a comment.
Yes, sorry. I am wearing a whatever it's called.
A Wizards tank top
shirt.
Yes.
Thank you. Sorry, my brain goes like 30 places. I got ADHD. I just be like thinking different things. But yes, I am. I'm being one of their 8 fans in the crowd tonight, but rooting for the Nuggets.
You know who's another
I just want them to play
sneaky contender, in my opinion, and not even contender, maybe like a sneaky ECF contender.
Tell me.
I should have just said Eastern Conference Finals.
I liked ECF. No, that was good.
It felt like I was singing a high school or something. I don't know.
That was good.
Yeah. Anyway, Pacers. Yeah. Because even I have seen like people were asking, they're like, as like fan bases, like what is the one team you're scared of? And like Nuggets, I'm like, Timberwolves. Yeah. And a lot of the Celtics fans were like, the last thing I ever want to do is see Andrew Nembhard hit threes over us ever again.
And the Pacers have also just kind of like been on a roll. Like they started out
sneakily, like quietly.
Yes, I was going to say they've been so quiet. It's another team that no one's really been talking about. And obviously, I think a big part of that is the fact
they
that
played like shit earlier.
They
to
did.
Be fair.
I was going to say yes, and I think that no one's talking about that because they were kind of so bad at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
But I feel like ever since like just like a couple weeks before All-Star break, they've really been putting it together as a team, and they're kind of getting healthy. Tyrese Halliburton is kind of finding, his stride because his shot's been off all season.
I would love Miles Turner on the Nuggets.
And Miles Turner, he's just so... He's another one of those guys like an Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, who's just good on both ends of the floor.
And kind of just does any... Yeah, just like Al Horford's been playing extremely well.
Yes.
That's how sometimes when
like
I watch
38.
him, I'm like, that man is everywhere. I'm like, if I'm 38, I've given up defense. I don't even know what defense is at 38.
Well, and that's how I was feeling about Brooke Lopez too. I'm like, how am I watching Brooke Lopez drain threes from 30 feet?
Oh, that Halliburton shot was insane. Did you see that the other day?
Yes, the one where he was falling.
And it was like, first of all, Tyrese Halliburton already has the same shot as Kaylin, who only has like 2% use of one of her arms.
It's like the funniest thing in the world. It's really embarrassing because like I don't have full use of my right arm, and so when I first lost use of my right arm, I taught myself to shoot
I'm not
with my
laughing
left
at
hand.
that.
No, it's fine. I actually laugh at it all the time. It's good to laugh at yourself, people. Life is fine. Life is good. Life is fun. Who
Life is
cares
silly.
if I am a cripple? Call me shark bait. I don't care. Whatever. Anyway. Like the surfer girl that got her.
Shark bait. Hoo ha ha.
Exactly.
Soul Surfer?
Soul Surfer. Yeah,
they
that's
played
me.
that. They played that at my homecoming, by the way, because I went to a Christian school and we weren't allowed to dance. And so they made us do a flash mob and then a scavenger hunt. And then we watched Soul Surfer. If you want to know
That sounds like my kind of night.
if you want to know what growing up Baptist looks like.
No, actually, I love that.
Okay, anyway, Kaylin's a cripple.
Anyway, I'm a cripple, and I taught myself to shoot with my right hand again. Once I have about 60% use now after getting several surgeries, and I literally my shot now. Like you can literally see this is what my hand looks like. Tell me that's not Tyrese Halliburton's hang. Like tell me that's not when he shoots. That's where it hangs. He has right there with my cripple hand.
I don't even care how cash it can be sometimes. At the beginning of the year it was not, but Tyrese Halliburton has, I think, the ugliest shot in the NBA. Like,
and I'm proud to have it. I'm proud to represent it.
No offense.
Thank you for that.
I think it's the ugliest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, have you ever seen anyone shoot uglier than that? Anyone?
Anyway,
but the Pacers are a great team, and I think that they're going to be someone that is just. I think they're going to be sneaky. They're going to give teams a lot of trouble, and
I think they're going to give the Celtics the trouble. Like if I were the Celtics, I would not want to play them.
Yes, and we haven't even talked about the Celtics yet either. To me, they're still a contender. I feel like they've been so just also phenomenal this season.
They have been, but why? All I wanted you to do. I'm so sick of the Thunder fan base. No offense. If you're one of them here, you're probably one of the nice ones.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I'm never. If you're a Lakers or a Thunder fan and you are friends with us, no, I'm never including you with those people. Like those over there. Okay, it's like my dad's family, or in my mom's family. You know, like love my dad's family. We haven't talked to them in like 10 years. So it's just like, those are the cousins over there. So that's how I feel about Thunder fans. But anyway, all I wanted was, because we have so many Celtics friends that I don't mind like rooting for the Celtics occasionally when they're not playing the Nuggets, obviously, and when they're playing a team that I hate.
I'm over fighting you guys about beating you in the finals in 2022.
Yeah, that's okay. Anyway,
that's my third team. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, if you're new here, Kate,
I just love basketball.
Caitlin's other team. Anyway, so yeah, where was I? Oh yes. So all I wanted was I was finding my point. Got there. All I wanted was for the Celtics to beat the Thunder because I'm so sick of them and I'm so sick of their 14-year-old fans. And they, as we talked about, did single ISO coverage on SGA. Are you on drugs? And if so, Joe Mazzulla, can I have some?
Throw him a double.
And I've said before that I haven't loved Celtics in the past in-game adjustments, but I felt like this year they were much better at in-game adjustments, and they didn't adjust. There was no adjusting.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you're playing a team. And first of all, like the entire Thunder team is probably the deepest team in the league. One of the most consistent.
Hallie looks like he's passing.
Know.
That's such a good way to explain it.
Yes. When you were talking about the Celtics or whatever, I started laughing because I saw that and I was like, I can't wait for you to see that. It's such a good comment. No, it's a perfect comment. But like OKC, they're just such a deep team, such a consistent team.
Yeah.
They literally have probably 10 players that can give you 40 minutes and put up good numbers.
Yeah.
They're such a good team. And I'm like, on top of that, you do have the best scorer in the league right now. And he's someone that obviously gets plenty of foul calls, and he's someone that knows how to score regardless, whether he drives to the basket, shoots a three. He's got one of the best mid-ranges. Shout out to him. I'm not a huge SGA fan. I do love the fact that he's bringing back the mid-range. I feel like we've kind of lost sight of it with like the true center and all of the 3-point shots that we're doing. So I do like to see the mid-range back, and he's very good at them.
That's how I feel about SGA.
But I'm just trying to give credit where credit is due.
That's fine. I always do. I didn't say he's a bad player. I just hate him.
Period. Because also
we have beef, one-sided beef, because he doesn't know who. Well, actually, he does know who I am. I went to freaking college with him and worked for the sports department. To be fair,
so true.
Does he remember me? Probably not. Which is, probably even more embarrassing for me to be a hater. But I am.
But I am
anyway.
Yep. No, I just feel like. Oh crap! What was I saying? Oh, SGA. I just feel like you're playing against the best scorer in the league.
And
like, why are you not throwing him a double? Why are you not like full court press, half court press? Like
2 days after the Nuggets beat him by trapping him half court, by double teaming him at half court to force everyone else to play make, which they could not do, especially with J-Dub out.
Yeah.
And they didn't think scout. There are coaches, if you didn't know this in the NBA, that like part of the assistant coach's jobs, there are some that like literally look at the games that you're playing or whatever, and their job is to watch like that team and like who's beat them or whatever, what worked, stuff like that.
Yeah, essentially help create the game plan.
Yes, so they're like to give notes to the coach and hey, this worked, blah blah blah. So I'm like, are you going to tell me?
That would be so fun. I want to do that. Someone sign me up. Someone sign me up.
So I was like, so did their assistant coach not do that? Like,
yeah,
because the ISO was crazy. And then Celtics fans love to get mad at us early in the year because we said that Celtics sometimes, when they lost, mostly,
they
lived and died by the three.
Yeah.
What happened? Celtics took more threes than like ever in the history of ever and bricked all the wide open shots. They could not make a three if the hoop was the ocean.
Yes, and here's the thing: when their 3-pointers are like going, like when you have guys like Peyton Pritchard, I know I saw. There you go. Put it up on the board. Yeah, Spencer's dead if SGA has no haters.
I'm dead.
But like the thing about the Celtics is like when their 3-point shot is on, like you're screwed. You're losing by 40.
Yeah.
But when it's off, like they could lose to anyone. And I was texting Spencer and I was like, all I need is for them to drive to the basket. Like I watched like 10 bricked 3 possessions in a row.
We're talking about the Celtics losing to the Thunder, by the way.
Yes, the Celtics losing to the Thunder. Sorry.
Yeah. With their like most threes ever, like literally ever taken. They just the third quarter they did start driving to the basket,
and they started coming back.
And then the fourth they got CTE.
They said, hit my head.
To be fair, like those shots were shots that usually they would make, but I'm like after like 30 missed threes in the fourth, I think we should put the ball down and drive to the basket. I'm just saying.
I'm just begging, and like. I'm like, you've got 63 3-point attempts.
Nasty work.
Especially when you're only making like 16 of them is what I feel like it was.
It was like literally like 20%.
Yeah. And like they've had games like that. And you know what? Almost every single game, I looked at it earlier in the season, like right before All-Star break, almost every single game that the Celtics have lost, they shot less than 35% from 3.
Yeah.
Like it was because they were just sitting there bricking threes. And a lot of the times, my whole thought
is like shorts are must shoot.
Yes. Must shoot threes. Chuck it.
Must step back, pull up, shoot.
Literally. And like and that's the whole thing that you and I were talking about earlier in the season too. Was that like obviously like they live and die by the 3, and when their 3 is on, obviously like you've got Peyton Pritchard, Sam Hauser, freaking Jaylen Brown,
Derek
everyone.
White.
Al Horford starts draining threes on you. Like everyone's gonna be draining threes on you. But if it's off,
demoralizing because it seems like it's like a disease. Like the team is either like caught it and they're like all it's raining threes,
all shooting threes,
or they're all breaking threes.
Literally,
they're in it together.
Yes, and we were talking about this earlier in the episode too about just like grabbing rebounds. This is why rebounds are important. One of my biggest things, just like as a basketball player in general, someone who played basketball, one of like the things that's always been ingrained in my brain is follow your shot. Like just because you're a great shooter does not mean that you should not be watching your ball go into the basket. You are not all Stephen Curry, Wardell Stephen Curry.
I hate when the Nuggets do this, especially when it's someone like CB or Russ, where
Follow
I'm like,
your shot.
I'm like, no offense, besties, but they're like, it's like 50-50.
Yes.
Not even. It's like
Yes.
20% maybe going in, like 80% not, depending on the given day. Could one of you go up and try and box out?
Literally. And like
one?
And you
I
see
beg of
so
you.
many times where like the defensive team, you'll literally have 5 guys standing around to grab
Yeah.
the rebound, and the offense is already getting back on defense. And I'm like, you guys just bricked a 3. Like, why did no one crash the boards? Why did no one get in there to like try to fight for a rebound and get second chance points? Like,
Yeah.
just because you bricked the 3 doesn't mean you can't literally crash the board and hit it with a 2. Like, there's been games where like Russell
2 points
Westbrook,
is more than 0. Did you know that?
you sports stats back at it again.
Back at it again.
Period.
With the white vans.
What's the greater than sign? The big alligator? The open mouth alligator. 2 is greater than 0. Thank you, everyone. Math sentences.
Maths.
But either way, I just think that like that's a really important thing for the Celtics that they need to figure out is like they'll usually know early on. Like you'll be able to see generally in their first quarter
Yeah.
what their 3-point shooting is going to look like even after the half. Like some teams you have where like they'll have a really crappy first half and you come back in the second half and like suddenly they have their shot back.
Who's that?
Oh, no.
That's so weird.
Never heard of them. Yes, they don't crash the boards. Thank you, Tyler. They don't crash the boards and then they get cooked in transition. And that's one of like my biggest pet peeves too because
Lazy.
yeah,
Lazy.
like 2 seconds of effort.
It's interesting what happens when
2
you're
seconds of effort.
becoming the hunted and not the hunters.
Exactly. And so I just I feel like if I were the Celtics, that's something that they need to like figure out.
Yeah.
Is because like I'm like, you have Jason Tatum.
That's something you guys need to
You should
come together.
You should work on that. Come
Let's
to
chat on
Jesus
that.
meeting.
Yeah.
Come to Joe Mazzulla meeting. Okay. But I just feel like Jason Tatum has such a good mid-range too. Like I love his mid-range.
I love when he drives and
Yes. Just
doesn't
like,
just,
doesn't just chuck up threes. Exactly. I'm like, he's got such a good
He did
mid-range.
great in that game, by the way. He was
He
like the
did.
only one that really was like trying for that game, it felt like.
And I feel like he adjusted. I feel like he was
Yeah.
one of the only players that did adjust to like that whole 3-point shot. I feel like
Everyone else started going haywire.
literally, and like I love Peyton Pritchard. Peyton Pritchard is probably going to end up being 6th man of the year.
Yeah.
He's
insane.
He's insane. He's
Literally
going crazy.
insane.
And yes, Playoff Jimmy is uploading. By the way, I'm ready for it. But like if Peyton Pritchard is like bricking threes, he almost becomes like unusable in the game because I feel like that's not all he's good for. He's a great defender and he's fast and he's really good.
He's
at, like,
really quick.
He is. He's such
Yeah.
a quick guy. He's got great hands. So like on the defensive end, but if
He's really hard to guard. Like
He
when
is.
he's just,
Exactly,
He makes
but-
tough shots.
Yes, and if he's bricking threes though, like he almost just kind of like becomes like a middleman on offense. Like he doesn't really do much, but like he's helpful on defense. So it's just kind of like I don't know. It's hard. I feel like the Celtics need to work on that. But
Yeah, someone said they're not talking about Bucks either. I'm not gonna lie, I was not impressed. Like the Nugget, and I know this is a weird thing to say as like a Nuggets fan who lost to the Bucks, but we
Yeah.
played like shit that game, like literal trash. And they like they didn't show me anything that I like believe in them. I don't know, and I don't know why because Giannis is incredible. Like I actually this year is the first time I've like honestly liked Giannis.
me
and,
too.
I've really enjoyed him
thoroughly
this
enjoyed
season.
him, yeah.
But I don't know. Like, I just think I don't know what they're missing, but I don't see them in my mind like as true contenders for me.
For me, I feel like it's like a depth problem. Like I feel like they've got like
Yeah.
such a fantastic starting 5, and Giannis is obviously one of the
Lost to the Nets 3 times. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
see, they didn't impress me.
yeah, and period. And Ty Jerome is more versatile. Shout out to Ty Jerome. He's one of my favorites. I can't believe
Yeah.
I didn't mention him when we talked about the Cavs. He has been absolutely phenomenal,
Yeah.
especially in like the second half of the season. I feel like he kind of started slow because they weren't giving him a lot of minutes. The second they started giving him minutes, he's one of like those guys that he's a very low mistake guy.
Yeah.
He's a guy that like you can
That's
put
so
out there.
important to me. So
It
important to me.
is.
Like if you
Yeah.
can go out there and like not hinder your team and like not turn the ball over.
Especially as a point guard. Especially as a
Yes.
point guard. And that's
Like-
the big thing with Hallie, too, is that Hallie has one of like the best assist to turnover ratios. He's
Lately,
averaging
yeah.
11 assists per game right now on 1 turnover. Everyone else averaging like
That's wild.
Yes, everyone
That's
else
wild.
averaging 9 to like 10.8 turnover, or I'm sorry,
Yeah.
9 to like 11 assists is averaging like 3 to 4 turnovers and stuff like that. And Hallie has 11 to 1. Like he's being phenomenal.
I saw them like telling him
playmaker.
that like in a post game interview, and he's like, I know that's right.
Yeah,
he said
that's
period.
me. That's me.
Say it again for the people in the back.
And you know what? And one thing that Spencer and I always talk about, a really big thing for us is that like if you're not able to score, you need to be able to impact the game in other parts.
Yes.
And that's what I appreciate about Hallie is that his shot has been like dead in the water this season. His shot has been pretty much nothing.
Really up and down.
Yeah,
it's a roller coaster for sure.
He's been doing a little bit better lately with that, but like I love that he didn't like let it get him down, and he just took his job as a point guard like that's super seriously.
That's honestly
and
what
he
I
did that.
loved when AG first kind of came back after having that like extended time period off, and he was like starting to average like 7 assists.
Yeah,
and like 8. If you don't know Aaron Gordon, like he's not a passer. Like, you know, he's usually doing like hanging out in the dunker spot, doing back cuts and bully ball stuff like that. Like he's not playmaking, and he like really has learned a lot from Jokic. He loves Jokic and studies him and talks about it all the time. So it was really cool that like he wasn't just like getting himself down about not missing everything. It was painful. But he was, creating for other people and creating shots on the other end. Or not the other end, for us. For other people. Yeah, I'm
for everyone else, turning it over every
he
possession
assisted people.
straight to the defense.
Stop talking.
No, literally though. It's a really big thing, and I think that that's like really important, especially when it comes to playoffs. As we're like rounding towards the end of the season, a really important thing in playoffs is that like you need to understand that like if your shot is off one game, you're gonna have games. I know you're NBA players.
Don't just be a cone.
Yes, don't be a cone. Don't be someone who's going to sit there and brick threes and like call your own number every time. Like help make plays for someone else. Go set screens. Do backdoor cuts. Like move off ball.
Defend.
You know? Yes, go defend. Use your energy on that end. There are so many other things that you can do. If literally crash the boards every possession and just try to get extra points for people. Like just try to get your team extra chances and everything like that. Like if your shot's not hitting, impact the game somewhere else. And I promise you, like, because when you're not impacting the game elsewhere and you're just like, I'm just going to focus on scoring, like all you're doing is being a detriment to your team.
Yeah.
That's all you're doing because you're turning the ball over then. You're bricking shots and giving the other team a chance to go just dunk on your ass in transition. And if you're impacting in other parts of the game and you're letting other people who are having good offensive games play their game, like you guys are going to be way better off.
Yeah.
I'd bench your ass if you weren't.
Period.
But I'm not a coach, so.
Anyway, it's been a lot.
We've talked a lot. Yeah.
We've talked a lot, but Caitlin and I have somewhere to be because we are going to leave soon so we can get to the game early. And
I'm going to be in the same building as Jordan Poole.
Yeah, I love going early and getting content and, seeing people warm up and taking videos for everyone. And everyone really likes seeing those too. Yes. So I hate when I go alone and do that because I feel like I look like a loser.
I can't wait to be a loser with her today.
So I'm happy that my friend is with me and also likes to go early so that we can both watch, the Wizards and the Nuggets warm up. It's going to be interesting. I think someone said someone was questionable. Someone said maybe
Jamal was questionable. I thought he was off of the injury report.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe. Who knows who's playing tonight? I don't really care. Jokic is apparently available, probably because we almost lost to the hospital Lakers, and God bless,
God bless.
But it's the second night of a back-to-back. I need to stay calm. But yeah, thanks so much for being here. We have loved doing.
Yes, I've had so much fun talking.
Our third consistent live in the past last month. So we're gonna try. We wanted to do this yesterday. I unfortunately had to work all day because my nanny kids had off school for a parent-teacher conference for 2 days straight. I thought those people did those things after school.
Nope, it's all day.
But Anyway, yeah, all day for 2 days.
Welcome to my life.
So we didn't get to do our live yesterdays, but we want to do these on Fridays. You know, I know it's Saturday, so people might have lives. I don't know what that's like.
What?
I don't know. They might be out and about. Lame.
Do you guys leave your house? That's weird.
That's so weird.
Couldn't be me.
Yeah, you don't leave your house.
I know. I actually don't.
Her being here is wild.
Thank you,
When
everyone.
she's in Arizona, that girl does not leave her house. But I can
go
attest.
do my grocery
When I'm there, we
pickup
literally don't
order.
leave.
Thank you so much,
it's fine.
Jeremy.
But it's a good time. Anyway, so we're going to go finish getting ready and we will have a ton of content for you. We will talk to you guys probably on Tuesday.
I'm gonna see if Jordan Poole will sign my face. I'll send pictures.
Yeah, she's going to get it tatted on her. But
Just right across the cheek, under my eye.
Yeah, but her first face tat is just Jordan Poole's signature. Love that for you.
I would do it.
But we love you. We thank you. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you like this so that we keep doing this and, you know, share with your hamsters
Dogs.
and all that cool
Yeah,
stuff. So
for sure.
we will talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.